Right, so we did arrive outside the World War II museum as it goes, and unfortunately we're a bit late because on Google it said it was open till 7. The other bit of a disappointment I would say is that it closed at 4 o'clock on this day, but it was free as well. But like I said, the size of the exhibition underneath and everything is massive, and it is highly recommended by many people, so I would recommend it myself as well. I actually ended up going in the building, going up to the fourth floor, because there was this very angry security woman who was not very nice, and I spoke to this lovely girl called Nat, who has actually lived in Manchester for 5 years, and she sounded like she was from England even though she was from here, which was throwing me off a bit. She's a bit crazy, bless her, and she was gorgeous, lovely girl to talk to. And then started speaking to the guys, and they're actually part of like a dairy company that supplies like England in some ways and others, which is very interesting to be fair. So as I say here, it's quite so we always, try to take time to speak with people and see what their life was like. And the guy was Marcy, I think his name was, very passionate about the brand and how their stuff is very good quality and they don't have a lot of byproduct or additives and things like that. So yeah, I mean, Scotty Solo might have been able to sneak into a corporate event there, but I think after a while they might have realised that I don't work there, These silly, funny little things, man, happen to me so many times, and I don't even try to do it sometimes, it's ridiculous. But the area of the museum itself is pretty wicked, man, and having a little conference up in there tonight, I reckon will be fantastic and a lot of fun. So, and as we're coming back, the Uppy Downey Bridge is actually going uppy this time. But I do believe, like I said earlier, it's now beer o'clock. I was trying to see if one of my other friends that I've made over here is about, but yeah, he's had a bit of a hard time with things, bless him, and having to move about. So yeah, I tried to show you this further bit near the War Museum, because as you're walking along this way, you get a view of the massive wheel, and you get lovely views of the canals and the old town, and little bridges like this always do it for me visually. I really am a big fan of that. So yeah, I'm hoping that my friend will join me for beer o'clock. It's not too far away either, so he could just hop a tram and come through, and maybe that'd be a bit more positive for him tonight, to distract away from the problems that he's had. But this is why the bridge is going up. Look, there's a massive boat there that's now coming through. So what is that called? Gdansk. There's a lot of people riding dirty on that bad boy as well, so I think we need to follow the boat. This has made my vlog a little bit more interesting. Like I said, the bridge has just gone up. Timing out of 10, eh? And this Onyx, this big bad boy, look at that, there's loads of people on it as well. And actually looks really nice for a cruise around. So I mean, I didn't quite get to do a boat trip on this one. I'm trying to keep the last bit of money I have for tomorrow and try and do a bit more for my kids as well. But yeah, very cool, hey? So I mean, it just doesn't get boring. And like I was actually saying to the guys over there, some people make like 10-minute vlogs. I'm not here to recommend anything to anybody. That's not what this is about at all. More of a case of that when you do like 10 minutes and you do like excerpts of, oh, I'm in this bit, oh, I'm in that bit, oh, I'm in this bit. Well, that's nice. I've done things like that myself, but I want to show people how to navigate more. And I feel like that's something that didn't happen for me as much. So walking alongside this boat at the moment is awesome, out of 10. Unfortunately, the water's a little smelly, but that's to be expected. So yeah, look at these guys having a great crack on the ww2. Very cool, very cool. So yeah, we're now going to head back towards where we once was and head back to Eurospar, I believe, to get those cheap beers I was on about, and just relax a little bit now. I think I've done a lot of walking, I've been in a lot of places the last few days, way more than I expected, and obviously once this boat passes, that bridge is going to come into action again. So there you go. and I can safely say that I've walked around pretty much most of these places, which is really nice. As I say, tomorrow I've got to check out by 10 and probably leave around 2 o'clock ish to get to the airport. It's not a big airport by any means, but obviously you have to make sure you're in good time, and I think that's an epic view of the underneath of the bridge up as well. So yeah, all I can say is really is you know, we'll see what else we can achieve tomorrow. I might have to climb up the tower because I'd love to get some shots from the top and see a higher view of this beautiful place. The Gdansk sign over there will light up a little bit later as well, and this is a similar boat to what's just actually gone past as well. So yeah, some of the bars and areas here, do you know what I mean? I like to show it off a bit, but some of the bar areas here as well that you can just relax and get a fantastic view is something that was highly recommended to me yesterday as well. And that's another tower like the one with the wax museum. I'm not sure what's in that one again. This is the thing, again, like I say, variety. Beautiful places to sit everywhere and have a view and enjoy. And yeah, like I say, in some places maybe a little bit more expensive around here, about 15 to 17 zloty a pint, just £3 for that and the view, I suppose. But in other bars you can genuinely get your pints, bottles, stuff like that for 10. So not bad, but like I say as well, when you get them from a shop, it's even better. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do on this occasion, because we are heading to the left and through again, we actually go up this way past the carousel and see if we can see any more of the church buildings that are along the way as we progress, as always here at Scotty Solo. And again, like I say, for certain options for fun and entertainment, great stuff. You could literally just relax and whoa, look at that turning all the way around quickly, man. Jesus, don't crash, mate. There's people down there. I think he's doing a good job. And as always, Żabka, one of my go-to on this trip. There's just so many little spots you can just chill out and relax, which is great. And this will head us back into that old town area here this way, and obviously as I walk past it in the other direction there's all those archways and stuff, so I just hope I end up on one of those streets and go up and go to the left and I end up back at the Forum, which I again showed you earlier. So yeah guys, just bear with me a moment and you can see more things. There's a lot of shisha bars here as well, which is very cool. And I know a friend of mine that's in America who would absolutely love that. And we actually did share a shisha before in Ukraine, which was very cool. I like this underground bar, you know, unfortunately before things went to shit. Yeah, I won't put my opinions in this part on that. I think everyone has a different way of maybe thinking about it. But it's sad. It's very sad because there's a lot of people here from Ukraine. Poland have been very supportive. The guy actually outside the museum, he was explaining to me how like they're together and they were together before this happened, and sometimes he actually makes an effort to speak to the people from Ukraine in Ukrainian that he works with or whatever, and he was saying about how they're doing more like low income jobs like Uber driver sort of things over here, and you know they have supported them fantastically well, but I just can't imagine being a person that's been somewhere where bombs are actually going off, destroying everything around you, and in one aspect you either have to move or leave it behind and upheave your life and live in a completely strange country that wasn't home, because just because you're from Ukraine doesn't mean you've gone to Poland loads. I mean, you know, it was probably a reasonably easy option to do, but that doesn't mean that's the way. And you see the Ukraine flags represented everywhere, and even like I said in the museum at Spodek in Katowice, where I was like 6 or 7 weeks ago ish, They light it up in the colours of Ukraine, so I really hope that people do start to feel like home and things like that. And unfortunately, something's going off in my pocket. What is going on here? Done 2 different that's going to ruin this bit. YouTube, and I've also done one for like Instagram and TikTok and stuff like that of each individual. That was weird out of 10. How I was just talking about things and then my voice goes off in my pocket. Sorry about that, guys. Little Thai massage salon. I wonder if it comes with a happy ending. There's a debate for you. And yeah, this is some of the work they're doing from the other side then of the giraffe building. And that's what I mean, you've got all these little side streets, man, that are just very nice. And like I say, you can kind of get lost around here and lose your bearings and not really realise which way you're actually going. Which in one sense I actually think is quite cool. I quite like that. But it's not always good when you're trying to get home later at night, which can be a bit of a shambles, and we had a bit of a shambles with that last night. Jesus, disaster. So yeah, but it wasn't too bad in the end, let's be honest. So yeah, look, as I say, come behind this part, have these square areas. There's just like a lot of things here that are historical and very nice. So you know, we get to see more of the streets this way and more areas before we head home tomorrow, which is nice. I do feel like I could come back here again and again and again and be absolutely satisfied in so many ways. And in some ways, you know, speaking to that guy, it has been a bit of an emotional trip, but it always seems to be honest, because you know, you touch on people's lives that, I mean, look, I've gone through my problems, but you touch on people's lives that problems are just 10 times worse than yours, and they find it hard to get out of. And all I can ever hope for is that they find a way. And yeah, sometimes unfortunately that's not enough, because we all need support, we all need help, we all need to help each other in life, no matter what it is. You know, I've gone through certain grievances over the last couple of years. Obviously COVID had a big impact on my travels, so I've done a bit more art and done other things to fulfill my time, done a few paid commissions and so on, but it doesn't always mean again that that's enough for your life or for what you need. And that's where it becomes a real big issue. Because look, you've got a lovely church area up here. Let's go that way and go around it, hey? Because I've been past this before, and you've got all the lovely amber jewellery and things like that on display. There is like amber exhibits here as well. Like I said, I can't split myself in 2 or 3 places, which is a shame, because I actually would have loved to have seen all that as well. The World War I, the European solidarity, but with it being near the end of the season now, it's actually the times are changing, or have changed, that when they maybe close earlier than what they usually would. Well, I've also been pleasantly surprised with how late things went on in Sopot on a Sunday. I thought that was actually quite incredible. So it's weird. Some areas crack on later and do things like that, some don't. Silesia was a bit mixed with that, and Katowice as well. But you know, look at these buildings, man. You're just surrounded by history of beautiful architecture. I was going to go to Vesterplatte, and another guy also brought that up, so thanks for bringing it up, mate. You kind of reminded me of it. And that's where World War II actually started. And yeah, you know, there's a statue there that says "No More War." Basically translated, I think, is what the guy told me. So even though I haven't been able to visit it, I've been very aware of it as well anyway, which is always good to know. But as we open up into this square, I think I'm going to leave you guys to it for a moment, because my dogs are barking and I need to go and get some supplies, a couple of beer skis, a couple of tiskia hopefully, and yeah, have a bit of a rest and relax. Catch you on the flip.